Welcome to the Pause Perspective.
The podcast where we help dog owners feel calmer, clearer and more confident by understanding what's really going on behind their dog's behaviour.
We're Pat and Molly from Flying Paws Dog Training, and each episode we break down behaviour, training and real life challenges in a way that actually makes sense.
From puppies and adolescents, breed traits and everyday training struggles, we focus on working with your dog's instincts, not against them.
Whether you're trying to prevent problems before they start or you're feeling stuck and not sure what to do next,
you're in the right place.
So grab a coffee, clip on the lead,
and let's get into today's episode.
Hello Molly, how are you today?
I'm good, how are you?
Pretty good.
Well,
what's today?
What is today?
Today is a birthday.
An anniversary or birthday? Or both?
Both.
Yeah.
Of Flying Paws.
Yep.
Woohoo. 12 today.
Nearly a teenager.
Yeah, gosh. Yeah, it will be next year. That's a bit scary.
It is.
12 years is scary enough. It's hard to believe it's 12 years.
Can you remember? I know you can, but can you remember like the first puppy class you took?
Oh, yes.
Do you want to tell everyone?
Well, I was a bit nervous because I sort of realised that you've got to get up and talk in front of everyone. And
My favourite part of this is that had not crossed your mind until an hour before the class or something?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why I didn't think of that before, and I'm not a person that gets up and like got up in front of anyone. Like I was always in the back row hiding. Then all of a sudden I realised I had to stand up in front of everyone and talk. I was a tad nervous. So after about, 10 trips to the toilet before the class started.
It's not unusual for you, man. It's a good day.
Not that bad. I went home and Craig said, "My God, your face is red. You could fry an egg on it." And I said, "Oh yeah, I reckon it's been red the whole class." I was a bit nervous. Anyway.
Oh, well, no one would have known.
Now I'm just like, it doesn't bother me at all. It shouldn't after 12 years, should it? Oh dear. It took a while though.
It did. I think obviously a lot's happened in 12 years.
Oh, unbelievable. Really.
It's gone for you from a part-time that you didn't realise was as busy as what it was when you took it as part-time job.
No.
To
full-time.
Well, before that, COVID.
Oh, yes, we had COVID.
Moving online and all the
stuff that happened then.
Stuff's a good word. I was trying to think of a word, but stuff will do. To a full-time job where there is now 4 people employed by this business.
I know.
And our mole man who sometimes is like, "I'm coming to work for you, I'm leaving my job." But
yeah, he's and we got 3 dogs as well that work for us, so there's a fair.
Murph would claim he's retired.
Well,
actually,
semi-retired.
Did I tell you and this will let everyone into Murph's headspace, did I tell you about what happened on Saturday?
No.
When I was going to school?
I think.
Where Mum was going to, "Mum, do you want to go to school? Do you want to go and see like Zach and Pat?" And Murph's like, "No." I saw them earlier in the week. I had to go down there. No. And I said to Mum, I was getting a few things ready. I said, "Can you put Fox's collar on?" Well, Fox's collar is out near where the treats are.
Yep.
And he heard Mum go out there and he went, "Fox is getting like a bicky or something and I'm not getting one." So he poked his head round the door thinking, "Am I getting bribed to get in the car here? Like, what's going on?" And then he saw Mum standing, I don't know why she was doing it there, but saw her standing there in that area and went, "Bloody hell, he is getting a bicky." And he took off out there really quickly and then Mum turned around and went, "Oh no, I don't have any food," and showed she said, "I'm just putting Fox's collar on." And then he looked at me and I said, "I don't have any food either." And he went, "All right, I'm out of here." And he hightailed it back into the lounge room and he's like, "Nah, I'm not going to school. No one's making me." So yeah, Murph, I don't think we can say works here anymore. I think Murph's like the retired person who sold the company or someone's like taken over the company and just occasionally pops in.
Yeah, to say hi.
But like really wants to be out of it.
Yeah.
It's forced to say hi. So I'm not going in there. Anyway, but yes, he's done a fair bit of work over the last Well, he's nearly
yeah.
as old as the school is.
He is. Yeah, so a lot of changes. A lot of changes too since I started going to dog school myself with Riley. So
Yeah, well, we were just discussing that. She'd be 22 later this year.
yeah.
2004, she was born.
So
I won't tell you how old I was in 2004. Do you want to know?
How old?
10.
10. I was just working that out. I thought, yeah, you're going to be 10, aren't you? Oh, dear. Yes. So, yeah, it's a long time. 22 years since Riley. Gosh. Yeah, I can remember.
The icon herself,
her.
the legend.
Yes.
In her own lunchbox.
Yes, she definitely is and was.
But interestingly, you've brought her up because without her, like, none of this would exist.
No, and I had dogs before her, but I just mucked around at home. I did actually take Dylan to
Sheepdog classes.
So that
Dylan's one claim to fame.
Yeah, that was Dylan's. Well, he was good. I used to take him riding on the horse with me. He was good there. But, yeah, black sheep, black dog, coming home from work in the dark. Didn't work real well. And Dylan wasn't really that keen on it. But, yeah, so I just mucked around with him. So if it wasn't for Riley...
But why did you keep going to classes with Riley?
Because she enjoyed them. And I can't say I didn't enjoy them. I did enjoy them. I enjoyed the social interaction. And she loved them. And it was fun. Like it was just thinking to say harder, but I'm not sure whether harder was the right word.
Challenging,
yeah. She was a challenge. She was very independent.
Little ghost Riley's going to poke you with something in a minute.
I think, yeah, it was. I guess I liked training because I had horses, so I'd done stuff with them, and yeah, I enjoyed, I guess, the challenge of training her and doing stuff, and I enjoyed going to classes. She enjoyed going.
Yeah.
Obviously loved learning, being a border collie or any dog likes learning really. Yeah. So yeah, I just kept going and then Tanner came along and it was just a natural progression to keep going. And
I think it's interesting though what you've said about Riley, because like we're gonna get into how things used to be and the progression of things, and I suppose the things we used to do and what has changed, but like you liked going because it was fun.
Yep.
And she enjoyed it.
Yep.
And I think that's something that's carried through.
Yeah.
In what you want for this business.
That I think has always been, if there's one thing I've always wanted, it's for people to come and enjoy themselves and have fun. Because you can't learn if it's not fun. And why do you want to keep doing it if it's not fun?
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, if there's one thing that I've tried my hardest to put forward is that you come and have fun.
Yeah.
So, and then you learn while you're having fun. So, yeah, that's always been a big one.
Yeah.
But, yeah, back in the day it was very much obedience-based.
Yeah.
So a little bit different than it is now.
And we should point out a couple of things, I suppose, on that. One, the whole dog training world was obedience-based.
Well, that's all you really did. Yeah.
But two, there is also nothing wrong with obedience as a sport.
No, there's not. And
it's got a bit of obedience can have a bit of a dirty word at times now in dog training.
Yeah.
But
there's sort of
it is a sport.
A bit of a stigma, but I do quite like some of the elements of obedience training. So, yeah, it's good. But, yeah.
And when you say obedience training, you were talking about obedience trialling.
Yeah.
Like what is in that?
That sort of thing.
Which is like
more technical.
Yeah. Stand for exams and healing patterns and things.
All that sort of stuff.
We don't do anymore.
No. But that was what you taught back then.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people, I guess, went on from there and trialled their dogs. But then if people just like to come and have some social interaction, like you, when you started with Murph, we did obedience type classes.
We did testing.
We did testing, yes, and you used to move through different grades, and then they got harder as the dog went up. Again, that was just one of the things that we did.
Which was sort of, again, a version of obedience trialing, wasn't it? In a way, it wasn't obedience trialing,
but it was a version of it. So, which again is what you sort of did back then. So when you came with Murph, it was a lot different than what we do with Fox. So very much obedience based back then. But over the time, we just realised that people were coming to have fun with their dogs. They didn't want to go off and do trials. People worried about testing, all that sort of stuff. So we sort of phased a lot of those things out and have brought in more, I guess, real world skills for people that they can use just when they're out and about with their dog. So 12 years. Unbelievable.
So, well, and it's only in the last 4 of that this has been a full-time job.
It has, but it's been a full-time job for 2 of us, you and I. We both left our jobs and thought we'd have a go at making it a full-time career, so I don't think we've done too badly at that.
No.
A lot of that, I think, is down to your marketing of the business, and it's handy that you've got a marketing degree to do that, so that's been a big help.
Yeah, I suppose it has. But I think getting back to, like, things we used to believe about dog training, not about me, I think it's interesting for me because I came in at the tail end of the obedience stuff, let's say. Like Murph started in 2016, I think. He was puppy in 2015. He would have in the class we ended up in. It would have been 2016 when we got there, and it was what I think. It comes in cycles a little bit, and you can see when people have not had a puppy for a while that they come back and expecting it to be like it was, and people can be worried about, which side the dog's on, or words they say, or feet they take off on, and all of these things. But where dog training has got to now is so much more focused on the dog as an individual, not just blind compliance, which in a way obedience outside of a trial ring became.
And it's more about I guess the emotions of the dog now. You think of that a lot more,
and emotional safety.
And support for them. So it's a good thing that we're now thinking a lot more about the dogs and how they're feeling, and putting things in place so that they can cope with situations. So that's a massive change, and it's a good one.
But I think it's also important that throughout all of this, this has always been a positive reinforcement, force-free, fear-free.
It's all we
training
do.
ethos.
Definitely.
And I think within that there is it fair to say there's a scale of what people expect?
Oh, I would think so,
which is natural with anything.
Yeah.
Some people are going to be a lot further one way. I think we try to sit somewhere in the middle of that, which can be interesting at times. But I think, like when you're talking about things you used to believe, it used to be that you don't say no to your dog.
Yeah.
That used to be such a big thing. And now, we look at it that, well, it's going to come out of your mouth.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So it's harder to say don't say something than just,
But it's also, instead of trying to stop people from doing something, it's going, well, say no. If you want Needfield to say no, that's fine. But It needs to just not be no. It needs to be no, let's do this instead.
Yeah.
So I think probably actually on that, and this is probably going to open up a slight can of worms, but I think, and we still get it now, you get a lot of people that say, oh, you're actually training people.
Yes. Yeah, we are. We do. We don't actually do much dog training ourselves, except with our own dogs. We train the people to train their dogs.
Yeah. But do you think that has changed slightly over time?
Oh,
Even
yeah.
You've always been training the people, and I think this is, again, where you sometimes get it in fits and spurts. You have people that come to dog training because they're training the dog. They're not actually realising they're coming to an educational environment where they're learning.
Yeah.
And that's probably because things have changed a little bit too. There's a lot more, and, you know, we really focused at the end of last year when we were revamping a couple of our classes on how can we put more education into it for people.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, definitely. To give them as much knowledge in a short space of time as they can have, and to help them in the best way they can, because everyone learns different. That's the other thing. Yeah. So trying to do as much as possible to help them understand, so that they can help their dogs.
And I think it's interesting when you think back too, because the educational side of things used to be like take off on your left foot, finish on your left foot. You know, they go into heel position, they do, you know, all these sorts of technical things, where now it's more like, okay, if they're not doing this, we need more distance, or okay, we just need to reset that, or this is how you use a long line, or this is why your pup might be biting. It's a lot more education based.
Yeah. On the behaviours that the dogs or pups are doing, rather than saying this is what they should be doing. Yeah. It's what are they doing? Let's help you with those issues that you're having. So it's changed focus, changed things around a little bit from our point of view, I think, to help the clients more.
Yeah, and I think the other big thing in there for us was the family dog mediation.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
And I think being the first people in the state to have that really changed how we do things a lot, because I think
how we thought about things.
But I think also being able to, I think something that we both felt for a long time, but it wasn't done in dog training, to say that, like, their genetics matter.
Yes.
Their personalities matter.
Yep.
Their previous experiences matter. And the dog themselves, like, all of these type of things matter. You know, once upon a time, it didn't matter that it was a Chihuahua or a Great Dane.
No.
They were just expected to do...
Yeah, to be compliant.
And pups were treated like a blank slate.
Yes.
That you could just mould. And I think that is definitely something that has moved a huge way forward to go, this is actually a sentient being that's got genetics, feelings, emotions,
prior experiences,
you know, all of these sorts of things.
So, the family dog mediator was, I think, brought a lot of things together for us, wasn't it?
It did.
It was a big course, but it was well worth it. Yeah.
I think it also showed us, and you might have a slightly better way to word this once I spit it out, because I'm not sure how it's going to actually sound, but that some things that we had been taught that weren't positive reinforcement or force-free based actually could be.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not
without again, this could open up a massive can of worms, and I don't want to get too technical, because this is not a, you know, what's a positive trainer, what's a balanced trainer, what's this, what's that. People can make up their own minds about that, but just even things like, you know, I can remember having a conversation with you before we did the family dog mediation course about, well, how another trainer who was, she's in New South Wales, I think, using, for an excited dog, getting closer to something as a reward. And we were both like, we don't understand how that works. And I mean, this is 6-7 years ago. We were saying this. And then we did the course, and it's like, that's how it works.
Yeah.
So, you know, all of these things moving forward, that even, I suppose, once upon a time you used to think that just having some treats was enough to reward your dog.
Yeah.
Where now it could be treats, toys, pats, praise, smells, distance,
Yep.
distance increasing or decreasing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of things. So it's a big change.
Do you feel like there's sort of been, in the 12 years that you've been doing it, sort of cycles, I suppose?
Oh, I think there is with everything, isn't there? There's sort of, I know when Zen came along.
I was just thinking that too.
Yeah, there was very much.
You don't say no.
No, you don't say no, and everything had to be positive, which it does, but it was sort of over the top.
Boundaries.
Yeah, it did.
I think this is the thing,
that's
and
the thing.
Sorry, like I'm talking over the top of you, I know, but I think reflecting, because obviously, like I, which a lot of people know, I took Sam to puppy class for you so you could take
the class.
So I have literally been with him since he was 8 weeks old.
Yeah, because he started it. He was
So probably it's important for people that listen to the podcast. Sometimes when I do talk shit about Zan, it's not just because I'm talking shit about Zan. It's like I have known this dog for nearly 8 years. And he, in reflection, and this is not a criticism, so I don't want anyone or you particularly to take it as such. In reflection, he would probably have been a dog that with some things would have benefited from boundaries at a young age.
Oh yeah, I think so, and I think we've talked about this before. And I guess this may be a bit where being a dog trainer trips you up a little bit.
We should have talked about this in the last episode.
Because being a positive reinforcement dog trainer, I wanted to do the right things. Not that I'm a person that's going to wallop him anyway. But
belt him all the time.
Yeah.
You just threaten to sometimes when you experience your tether with him.
But
no, you don't. Yeah, that's a joke.
So you want to do the right things, and there was a lot going around at the time when I got him about. It was just positive reinforcement had got just a little bit over the top.
It had gone, in a political sense, it had gone too far left.
Yeah. And so I was very much, I don't want to do the wrong thing.
You were a bit scared.
Yeah. And like you said, I think he needed boundaries, and now we give clients boundaries. And I think now it probably would have been a good time for him because I could have put more boundaries in for him. But I think I didn't back then.
We should clarify too, when I'm saying it, I think it would be boundaries, and I think he's probably gotten better with this as he's aged, don't get me wrong, but just to help with his self-regulation at times.
Yeah, he's...
It's not like he had a free-for-all, like he was, he wasn't running the house.
Oh, no, and like...
That was Riley.
Yeah, and, I had Riley and Tanner, and, I mean, he spent a lot of time in playpen because he used to come to work
so he had
with me,
boundaries.
So he did have boundaries, but, yeah, he probably needed to do a lot more with self-regulation because he does go from 0 to 100 in like 1 second, maybe 2 if he's going slow.
This is where it's interesting, and this would actually be something I'll mention, but we'll park for another topic because it's something I want to discuss with you because I saw it over the weekend anyway. But I think it's interesting you say that because I don't think, and this post probably really cemented it for me, I don't think going from 0 to 100 is always the problem that we think it is. I think it's can they come back
down
from, and can they go from 0 to 30 and come back down in an easy environment? Like, again, I think we'll park that slightly for another topic. But, yeah, I think that's more what we're talking about when we're talking about self-regulation, isn't it? It's not just the up. We don't want people, like, dogs can obviously get up.
Oh, yeah.
But it's, he can struggle to come back down
and stay down. Yeah. He'll get back up a lot
really
quicker.
Quickly.
So and that's so I guess that's again like we got off topic a bit, but cycles go around. So and at that point, and I guess it's a point that you can notice it because of what I did with him.
But interestingly, I think when you look at chronological, he's born in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
That is 2 years before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And I think COVID was probably the pivotal point in when boundaries probably got implemented a little bit more. And I think it's purely because people were at home with their dogs.
Yep.
And they realised that actually we need to say no to them occasionally.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, well, that's right. And then COVID came. Well, that was a bit different for all of us.
Yeah.
But in a way it changed the world, but in a way online courses started.
Yeah, and that's when we started our online course.
We started our online courses. We did them very quickly before we weren't allowed to be together, training together. That didn't sound too good. But
I don't think it sounded as bad as you thought it did.
But yeah, so we zipped out the dogs and filmed some online courses very quickly, which we still, obviously we've changed a bit from then, but we still do our online courses.
I think it's interesting too because, again, talking about things in cycles and things, like we have stripped our online courses right back.
Yep.
And up until recently, we've only just had our puppy online course because, again, we're looking at how we can make it better and what, and stripping everything back and not having some of them was the right option at that time.
I think so, yes, definitely. And, like you say, I think one of the big things, as well as having fun, is that we've always looked at improving our courses, whether they're in person or online. So I think we're always changing things to keep up with the latest things that are happening, but also trying to make it easy for people.
Yeah.
Like, is there a better way to
because sometimes the meeting with your
things.
dog is just hard enough.
Well, that's right. So, so like
Today,
you said,
Z's barking stays into the podcast. Z struts off. Well, I just threw treats on the floor instead of like doing anything else about it.
Yep, and that's
Just the easier option.
Yep. So we stripped our courses back, and now we're doing some things, and we're moving forward with them, and we're putting some more online courses out there.
Yeah.
We've got our real world readiness framework now, and we're looking at doing a few more things. So yeah, there's cycles like that come around, aren't they?
There is, yeah. I think the dog industry has just come a long way.
Oh, yeah. Which is good.
Oh, it is. It's good for dogs.
For dogs.
Yeah. They're the biggest winners of it all. Yeah. I think it's just one of those things that things were probably always going to change. It was just a matter of when.
Yeah.
But I also don't think there is, or there should be, anyone that holds trainers accountable for, let's say, old methods, because I think we should all be focusing on the future.
Yeah.
Even though obviously we didn't use any adversives, or you didn't use any adversives, like before I started with you. But even trainers that want to move forward, I think the only way to move forward is for everyone to take a positive approach and work on education.
Oh, that's right. It's always the best way.
Yeah.
Instead of bagging people out and that sort of stuff. If people want to learn. We have people that come that haven't had a dog for years, and like you said before, you used to train this way, you used to talk this way, and it's just educating them that we can do it a different way now. So
just really randomly, have you ever had a dog on like a check chain or anything like that?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Oh, me myself?
Yeah, like have you personally?
No.
Which is funny because I have, and it's not what you would think. But I mean, I was a child.
Yeah.
And this is no disrespect to my parents, but that's just what they knew.
Yeah.
My dad, that's how you train dogs when he had dogs, was training dogs in the 80s, 90s. That's just what you did. So when we got our one of our family dogs, I can remember a friend of yours came to puppy class and she said, oh, like I used to have them on check chains. You probably wouldn't know what those are. And I was like, yeah. She was like, really? And I was like, yeah, I can remember putting it on our dog. I remember just being so like amused by how the rings stayed on the, like you couldn't get it off.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Because you would think out of the two of us, you would be the one that's had one on.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't. But
yeah, I've only had flat collars.
and
yeah.
when I reckon I've told you this when Murphy went to puppy class, or before Murphy came to puppy class.
Oh, yes.
And you sent the information through. I didn't realise it was 2 pages. And I was like looking and I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm supposed to bring him on. And Dad's like, well, it'd be a check chain. And then I found it and I was like, oh, no, it's not. So, you know.
Yeah. It's
just how things move and evolve.
Oh, that's right. Better for the dog, which is good, and better education for the people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's been a lot, and yeah, I don't know how many times we've changed things over the years, to make it, you know, easier for people and their dogs, and manage different dogs in the shed or in the training facility area. We've always tried to do that.
One of those is Murphy.
Yeah. No, he was all right.
Was it?
Ah, yeah. He's fine.
This is your relaxed attitude to
things. Yeah. We just managed him, gave him a bit of room. He was all good.
Back now.
Which is what we do with everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so after COVID, 4 years now we've been together full time.
Sounds worse than what you said before.
That sounds like a relationship, doesn't it?
Well, it's probably longer than some relationships.
Yeah, it is. And since then, recently we've got 2 more on board.
Yeah.
Miranda and Jennifer have jumped on board with us.
Putting the brakes on you putting any more employees on.
Just at the moment.
No. Get our head around this first.
So
I'm still your favourite. You won't admit it, but I am.
So that's 4 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Molly's the best.
No.
What, your number one?
I'm your favourite.
Oh, favourite?
Yep.
Okay. Molly's my favourite.
Good job. That's going to be on record now. Yeah, so now we're at 12 years.
And 4 employees, which is unbelievable. And over the last 2 years, we've won a couple of awards. Last year we won a few, but one big major one, Australia-wide one. And this year we did back-to-back with it.
Yeah.
The Australian Small Business Champion Awards.
Good job. So you normally stuff that up.
Yeah, I know. It's a long title, isn't it? So that's amazing, really, to think that we've been able to achieve those sorts of things.
Did you ever think you'd have a business with not only a multi-award-winning business, but it is now, as of like, not even a week, 2 weeks ago, a week ago? When was it? Whatever.
Yeah.
A multinational award-winning business.
No.
But I think it's also really important, like, on that none of this has been about the awards. Like, none of the awards have been about the awards.
Oh, no. No, it's just, I mean, it's nice recognition, but I think just doing what we do and being able to help our clients and having return clients, like I think that's one of the biggest achievements.
Yeah.
To have people say, oh, you know, I came to you with my last dog, or, you know, sometimes it's the last 3 dogs, or, you know, I came years ago with my other dog and it's passed away now and this is my new pup, or something like that. Like, and to have people come back each week.
Yeah.
So I think that's, it's very satisfying. Very humbling too, to think that you must be doing something right for people to keep coming back. They must enjoy it, and that's what we want. And they must be learning something. So
definitely.
You know, I think that's, for me, is the biggest achievement ever, to have that happen. But to be able to do it as a full-time job, I never thought I'd be able to do that. So, and to have 3 other people on board as well, that was,
And just thinking while you're saying that, we've all got Craig to thank for it. Don't we?
Possibly. We do.
We won't elaborate on that, but
No.
he can have his little shout out.
Yep. Yeah, he's always there in the background.
Well, it wouldn't have happened really if it wasn't for him, would it?
No, it wouldn't have done.
So
He,
that makes him sound like a nice, supportive husband.
it does.
Doesn't
yeah.
sound like him.
Yeah. No. He's been there helping out. For a lot
Even
of
if
years
it's been
now.
a bit crabby at times.
Yeah, but he's always there. So no, it's been good. So yeah, pretty big. 12 years, unbelievable. Massive changes. Yeah. So that's really good. Awesome. Been a good one to prattle on about the school.
Reminisce.
Yeah, all the changes that have occurred over that 12 years. It's good to think about them.
Yep.
Anyway, if you have enjoyed this episode or any of the others, give us a 5-star rating so it can get out there for more people to listen to us. Follow us.
Yeah, did you know, I probably haven't told you this.
Oh.
We had 10 new podcast followers last month.
Oh, awesome.
Which doesn't sound like a lot, but in podcast statistics, that's actually quite big.
Oh, that's good.
So there's plenty of you out there doing it. So if you haven't yet, what are you waiting for?
Yep. All right. Good stuff. Well, we won't be talking about the school for another year, and it'll be 13 years then.
God, let's just, you were wanting to plan to December the other day. I said, let's just get through let's just get through
Yeah.
the next couple of months.
Well,
Let's not even worry about 2027. God.
got to plan ahead, haven't we?
Oh, we don't.
Goes
Not
that
far
quickly.
ahead.
Goes that quickly. Anyway, if you would like to hear us prattle on about dog-related stuff, don't forget, follow us, 5-star rating us, have a look on our website, go to our shop, and we will see you in the next one.